everybody, it's me, Celeste.
And Elsa.
And we're here in the new Paris office, and we're going to show you all of the basics for the Monogram machine, as well as how to do some troubleshooting and maintenance.
So first I will show you how to get started with the Monogram machine and how to thread it. So first you turn it on here. Then you can remove the embroidery frame, so you push here and you pull it. Then you push OK. And when it's done, you can just pull it right back till you hear clicking. So here's how you thread it. The thread here and pull it through here, down here. And then through here and back down again in the same spot. Then here, and then to pull it through the needle, you can just push here, and then we are on number 1, so you press it here. This will come out, so you can just pull it around the thing and over here, and then you push the button here, so we'll make it through the loop there.
Now I'm going to show you how to thread the bobbin and how to put it in the machine. So first I'm going to show you how to thread the bobbin. And here's the bobbin thread machine. You want to start by putting the thread for the bobbin here on this. Then you can follow. You can see the little numbers here for the steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first you start by putting the thread in this way through the hole. 1, down, and it makes a loop here. 2, then it goes through this hole, number 3, from this way. 3. Then you want to take the empty bobbin thread holder here, and here you can see on the picture that it tells you to go 3, wind it like this 3 times around the bobbin, and then the thread goes out through this hole here, like so, like this. Then you want to put the bobbin back on this all the way in, and then you just put this down and press start, and it should stop automatically when it's full. Okay, perfect. So there you have your bobbin thread. Then I'm going to cut it, and there's a cutter here, just like that. And cut here as well. Perfect. And now I'm going to show you guys how to put the bobbin thread back into the machine. Okay, so here's the container for the bobbin thread, like this, and you put it in here. And you want to make sure that when you're looking at it this way, from the back, that it goes clockwise. Otherwise, it will create problems. And then what you want to do is you want to take this thread and put it through this little crack here in the thread, in the bobbin, and then up here. And here is where it should be. When it's like this, and you can make sure that it goes clockwise to make sure that it's correct. Open here, and then put it in here and push until you hear click. That's very important. And then you can just leave the thread going out like this and close. And that's how you fix the bobbin thread. And for this part, I'm going to show you guys how to put a couple of different products onto the frame to start monogramming. The thing is that it's going to be a bit different with the size and the placement of the monogram depending on each product, since they're all so different. And a really great tip that I can give you is to always look on the website what the monogram looks like, because this is what the customer has seen and that's what they're expecting to get. So super important to always have the website open next to you so you can just make sure that everything looks right. So I'm going to show you guys how to put the organizing bag, a makeup box, and the Bling Bling case onto the frame. So we can start with the organizing bag here. And as you can see, I have the product open here, so I know where the monogram will go, which is here on the bottom. One of the very important things is that all of the products which don't have a lining and they're a bit thinner, you always need to use backing paper. And we have this in all of the stores, and it's absolutely essential that you use it. It's even a good idea to fold it so that you have double backing paper. And so what I'm going to do is take the backing paper and place it into the bag where the monogram is going to be. Just like this, and make sure it covers the whole area where the monogram will go. And then move on here. Here's the frame. It's now open. And since the monogram is down on the bag, I'm going to fold it like this so I can access the area better. And then holding the backing paper towards the front so that it doesn't fall to the back, I will put the bag on the frame like this and make sure that it is exactly where I want it to be. Also making sure that there's no handles or anything in between the bag and the bobbin area, because in that case it's going to sew it together. You also want to look to make sure there's no ribbons or anything like that. And then I'm going to close it, the frame, by pressing down and locking it in on both sides. Next, I'm going to show you guys how to do the boxes. And on all of the boxes which have a print, like the My Makeup and the My Vanity, we always put the monogram on top here. And I like to remove the ribbon just to make sure it's out of the way. All right, and so it's really easy with the boxes. You just put it in make sure it's in the middle. Also important is to make sure that the zipper is not folded in towards the monogram is going to be, because if it is, then the needle will break. So you want to make sure it is not, and that it's in the middle. And then you again lock it in like this. And the only thing with the boxes are that since you put the product in backwards, you need to turn the monogram 180 degrees, which we're going to show you how to do in the next part. And finally, I'm going to show you how to put the Bling Bling case on the frame. And this one's a bit more tricky because it has a lot of different ribbons and pockets inside, so you have to be very careful where you put the monogram. And we put it here on the back. It's going to go towards the bottom here. So if we open it up, we see that we're going to put the monogram under this, the ring strap. So you want to open that. And then you want to put it in this way so that the print is upside down. And when you're putting it in, making sure that there's no ribbons falling down the back. Making sure it's in the middle, locking it in, and then of course pulling out the ribbon. And then I like to double check from under just to see that there's no ribbons or no zippers or anything in the way. We're going to be putting the monogram here so that it lines up with the strap.
So now that you know how to put the product onto the frame, I'm going to show you how to set up the screen and how to design your own monogram. So I'm going to show you how to monogram the vanity case. So as we learned before, we have everything in place and we took off the ribbon. So now for the fonts, so if it's the initials, the font 4, it's here, and you can choose between 3 or 2 letters. And the other font are here. We're gonna start by typing with a big letter. And then here you can already choose the size. And then you can just go ahead and type the rest of the name. Here on the second screen, you can choose the size again if you want to make it bigger or larger, smaller, everything. And you can even rotate it. As we are doing the vanity case, we have to rotate it 180 like this, so it's on the right side. We can also do the spacing here if you want to do it closer together or more apart, as well as cutting. This can be useful when you're doing initials to make them further apart, or even the density if you want a more dense embroidery. Then you click on the second screen.
No, not fantastic.
So here you can choose where the laser will be. So here we are choosing the middle. So the laser will point at the middle of the monogram. So here we can see it's a little high up. So let's bring it down. You can also move it right or left if it's not in the middle. But now it looks in the middle. You can also see here to check that the monogram is not going over any print on an organizing bag, for example. And here we can see that it's perfect. So you can go to the next screen. Here we can choose colors. So the colors is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we are going with black today. So we are going here and pressing 1. And then you can see that here you have 1. And then when this is all set and you have the right color and the right position, you can just lock it and press. And the monogram will start. If the monogram machine does a weird sound, or if it's starting to mess up the monogram, you can just push here to stop the monogram, and then you can just go back here, and here you can go back and with the laser see where you need to go back. And when you're done, you just press OK, lock it in, and press it again.
Now I'm going to give you some tips if you're fulfilling monograms in the store. And the first is to tell all of our customers about the One Tree Planted program that we have, which is that when they purchase a monogram, we plant a tree. And so far we planted almost 30,000 trees all over the world, in the Amazon, in Indonesia, in the United States, and Australia, in areas that have had either forest fires or deforestation. So it's something that's very exciting, and you should definitely share with our customers. Another tip is to have the customer write their own name when you're taking their monogram, just to make sure that it's correctly spelled. And another thing you can do is, if a customer has ordered a lot of monograms, you can ask them if they want to leave and come back, so that they don't have to stand around in the store and wait. And also it might be a bit less stressful to fulfill it without the customer there. But if you do this, it's super, super important that you remember to take their phone number, because you might have to contact them when they've left the store if you have any questions or if something goes wrong. So that's super, super important to always remember to do that. Now I'm going to show you how to put the oil. So you open this, so it's open like that. Then you press this button and the oil icon. Okay, and now it's rotated so that you can easier access the place you need to oil. Take your oil, and then you want to put just 1 drop of oil in between these 2 metal plates. Just 1 drop is enough. And then you put OK again, and then we'll move back into position. Closed and done.
So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned some things. And as you can see, it's not that complicated. If you just follow the steps, it's super easy, and practice makes it perfect.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye!